Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get-together live here on Facebook, Monday through Saturdays, 10:30 in the morning, where we gather and take a look at news and headlines and stories and comments and ideas that affect our lives here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. Today is Monday, April 4th, and it's a pleasure to get together with you on this cloudy morning, on this overcast and slightly humid morning. It's great to see you. And as always, we welcome friends that are joining us for the first time live here to let us know. And you can do that by writing the word new in your comment. And that way we can give you a nice little friendly welcome. If there's something truly important that you wish to share during the broadcast, it helps a lot if you add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment. And yes, Christy says, best of mornings to all. Woohoo, back to normal time so I can be live again. Yes, locally, we went through a time change this past weekend. So we are now again in sync with our friends north of the border, at least in the United States. Anyhow, we have all kinds of interesting news, fun news, important news to share. A little bit of Grammys, a little bit of vaccines, a little bit of catapult, a little bit of everything. So we might as well get going and get started with our news. And as always, we'll take a look at your wonderful comments at the end of the broadcast. Okay, we begin with an announcement. Local health authorities have announced another vaccination campaign to take place this week from Tuesday to Thursday. That will be starting tomorrow. What we know is it will take place at La Lija as before. It will be for first, second, and booster shots as before, and it will be using AstraZeneca vaccines. What we don't know yet is the times in which this new campaign will take place, as authorities are considering the possibility of shifting schedules to accommodate those that cannot make it due to work-related obligations. Regardless, do keep this vaccination campaign in mind if you are still missing a shot. Yesterday was the Puerto Vallarta Marathon. It was the third edition of a Puerto Vallarta Marathon, and a Kenian man by the name of Eric Monienye won first prize by running the 42-kilometer run in 2 hours and 22 minutes. Another man from Kenya took second place, arriving 1 minute later, and third place went to Israel Oropesa from Tonalá, right outside of Guadalajara, arriving 1 minute afterwards. In the women's category, Isabel Guadalupe Oropesa, and I wonder if they're related, took the first prize with a 2 hour and 22 minute run. This third edition of the Puerto Vallarta Marathon brought together 2,500 runners in different categories, including many international participants. Moving right along, I suppose one cannot blame them for trying. Apparently, several restaurants along the Malecon have been quietly expanding their turf beyond the restaurant and the permits that they have to operate outside of their venues. In light of this, Luis Enrique Hurtado, who oversees the Department of Permits and Licenses, has announced that a series of inspections will take place to ensure that restaurants with permits are adhering to the space they are supposed to occupy. And those restaurants without permits, well, go get a permit. That's simple. Guadalajara San Juan de Dios market reopened partially yesterday with 540 booths in business after a big fire last week damaged over 400 booths. Guadalajara Mayor Pablo Lemus announced that over 210 tons of debris have been removed from the market and that the cleaning the damaged areas has advanced by 70%. It is worth mentioning that San Juan de Dios features a total of over 2,000 booths, making it the largest indoor market in all of Latin America. We've talked about the market a couple of times already, and it is really something to reckon with. Once you walk into that market and you realize its enormity, it's absolutely crazy. This is a stinky one. Ugh. Specialists from the local branch of the Guadalajara University went and sampled ocean water from local beaches, estimating that by Semana Santa, Los Muertos and Marina Vallarta beaches could go over the allowed contamination levels to make them fit for swimming. So it makes me wonder, what's your choice, swimming pool or ocean? Or one could actually say chlorine or caca. Ew. And now I have some fun and unexpected news. A Mexican banknote, let me prep this. A Mexican banknote was awarded the top award at this year's Banknote of the Year. And who knew there was such a thing? And who knew this is not the first time for Mexico? Last year's Mexico's new 100 peso banknote beat more than 100 other candidates to win the prestigious accolade awarded by the International Banknote Society. In this year's turn was, can you guess which one of the new banknotes got the award? Well, I will cut to the chase. It was the brand new 50 peso bill featuring our beloved ajolote, an endemic species originally found in several lakes such as Lake Xochimilco, underlying Mexico City, and presently in danger of extinction. So if you haven't seen these bills in person, they are quite beautiful. And if I may say so, they are a lot of fun to spend. Oh dear, let's take a look at the weather for some better jokes, I suppose. That cloud looks like a very angry duck, says our snarky weatherman. I see that we are enjoying 23 degrees Celsius right now, but humidity is up at 57%, and I can feel it. Our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees right now is 74, and we begin our week with a partly cloudy day, a high of 27 and a low of 17. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll enjoy a partly cloudy day again with a high of 30, a low of 18, and Wednesday, another partly cloudy day with a high of 29 and a low of 17. All I can say is I can feel that humidity already, and it brings me back memories of what we're looking forward to as the summer begins to approach. Let's see. Yes, remember the Guadalajara Highway? It is now expected to be ready in 2024, or so they say. And since there's really nothing else to say about this one, we're going to move on to Vicente Fernandez. The late ranchero singer won a posthumous Grammy Award yesterday for his album A Mis Ochentas, or In My 80s. This was his last album, released shortly before his sad passing on December 12th last year at 81 years of age. Through the weekend, I learned that the Puerto Vallarta Game and Chorus has scheduled two spring performances to take place on April 14 and 15 at the Palm Cabaret and Bar at 6 p.m. Auditions for future performances, along with rehearsals, will resume after the performance sometime during the month of May. So this is a concert that you can look forward to. Before we dive into your comments, a couple of notes about the weekend. As I mentioned, Saturday night, I went to see a play at the Isla Rio Cuale with some friends, and it was um, interesting to walk back home because we had to walk towards the Insurgentes Bridge, and it was sad to see that the island, the isla, is still in need of a lot of TLC. I mean, it was not even a year ago that we went and visited it, and it was so beautifully landscaped. Well, all the landscaping that we saw near Le Bistro is gone, and the speculation as to whether we will have an underground passageway for pedestrians on the island is no longer an uncertainty. We actually walked under the Insurgentes Street Bridge for the first time. It was dark and full of construction debris. And even if vehicles are allowed to start going over the bridge, it is very unlikely that we will see any kind of sidewalk, or the whole thing is not going to be ready. So it is what it is, and we'll just have to see whether we are going to see our governor in town this week or early next week to inaugurate the bridge, as he said he would. Semana Santa is right around the corner. And also, yesterday was a wonderful day of trying yummy food and running errands in Pitillal with dear friends. On the way home, we decided to stop at Alquimia Cafe Bistro. And first, a cluster friend mentioned that they offer boozy drinks. Our friend Den mentioned that they had boozy drinks, and this is always a plus. Then we ran into Alquimia at the first edition of the Versalles Market this past Friday. Then cluster members Brad and Monica, or Bronica, mentioned their awesome carrot cake. So walking back from Pitillal yesterday, I was craving something sweet. I was craving some cake, but once we got there, they were out. So we chose to stay regardless. And once we looked at the list of boozy drinks, we figured, okay, this is exactly what we need. So here you are looking at a refreshing Deja Vu on the left, and that is a beautiful drink with mango and habanero pepper and white rum. And on the right, you're looking at a mezcali, which is pineapple with serrano peppers and mezcal. Both were very affordably priced at 89 pesos each. And as we mentioned Saturday when we talked to them, Alquimia offers an extensive with a T, not with a P, extensive breakfast, lunch, and dinner menu, which we did not get to sample as we were rather stuffed from eating in Pitillal. But I'll be returning sometime soon to enjoy their offerings and to add them to our Versalles for Foodies map. And yes, that is a brand new 100 peso hat that I got for myself in Pitillal. I was very happy to go back to the hat shop. So if anybody has any comments about Alquimia, I'd love to read about them. And as long as we're talking about comments, let us take a quick look at what you're up to at the beginning of this week. Let's see. We have good mornings, and more good mornings. I love those. Thank you, Raymond, for such beautiful wishes. Paco and Luna brighten every gray Monday like today. Thank you so much. Albert is far away but close by in Woodland Hills, while Michael is in Sonoma County, where there's a lot of happy, wonderful wine. This is great. Let's see what else we have. It's overcast in Bucerias as well. Well, it's starting to feel summery, I suppose. Kathleen, it's so great to see you, my dear friend. Kathleen, as we know, is the co-owner, along with her husband Todd, of Licks Ice Cream, and we love their ice cream, and we love them. They're beautiful human peoples. Let's see what else we have. Den comments, whoever recommended fluffies, thank you. Went yesterday and I really loved the Japanese pancakes and then loved the chilaquiles. Oh, that's right. When we were looking for recommendations for new restaurants to add to Versailles for Foodies Map, somebody mentioned fluffies, and it's good to know. I have them on my list to go check out. This is so exciting, rather. Let's see what else we have. Dun 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 dun. Mihal says this time change is kicking my butt. Well, that's sexy, I suppose. Another restaurant comment, Barbara says, had a delightful dinner at Del Puerto in Versailles. Terrific food, ambience, and service. I'm starting to lose track of all these restaurants, and I honestly can't remember if I've been to Del Puerto, but it's nice to know. Kathleen ordered from Siam yesterday. Yummy. Let's see. Oh, great. Raymond is in the house. If they offer vaccinations at night, will that be a shot in the dark? Thank you, Raymond. Thank you. Now my Monday is complete. Oh, dear. Um, Jim chooses pool. I choose chlorine over caca myself. Um, what can I tell you? Alan remembers counselor's quote from summer camp, don't pee in our pool and we won't swim in your toilet. That sounds creepy. Jim comments, it is disheartening to know that our beloved bay is so polluted with the abundance of development happening presently. How much worse will it get? Is there any plan to expand water treatment in the area? Jim, I have no idea. But yes, it is unfortunate that not enough attention is being spent to how we dispose of our waste. I getting more into detail in the article that mentioned both beaches. The article did mention that the problem in Los Muertos has more to do with caca water, whereas the problem in Marina Vallarta beaches has more to do with oil and other contaminants from cruise ship and other vessels that hang around that part of the bay. Let's see what else we have. Boop-a-dee-bum-bum-bum-bum. I like the idea of mezcal with pineapple and serrano peppers. Well, I tell you, I tried the other drink. Well, I ordered the other drink, but tried the one with mezcal, and it was absolutely delicious. Let's see what else we have. What a dapper hat. Thank you very much, Dave. I found that my walking hats are a little bit too unmanageable for late night. And I figured, if I want to keep my head a little warm in the evening, or if I want to look slightly presentable, I needed a little more of a formal hat. And it was only 100 pesos, $5. Not a bad deal. Let's see what else. Da-da-da-da. I only like to swim in private pools. Too picky? Not at all, Javier. I have two or three friends. That have swimming pools, and I make sure that I give them all kinds of crochet gifts so that they can invite me whenever they want or can. No, I don't think you are too picky at all. Even when you have a pool that you share in an apartment complex during Semana Santa, they tend to get a little crowded. It is a complicated thing, I suppose. But it is what it is. Dave says, I heard they are passing out toilet paper at Playa Los Muertos before you jump in the bay. Ew, ew, ew. Can you imagine? No, I cannot imagine. That would be kind of like, here, go swim and use this on the way out. Ooh. So, Jim says, we look forward to seeing you in G.I. Jane 2. I was an extra in G.I. Jane 1, so there. Anyhow, this is what we have for today. I wonder what you're up to this week. I am in the business of continuing to stock my pantry and getting emotionally and logistically ready for Semana Santa. Today, though, I'll be in Emiliano Zapata photographing a store for a dear friend of mine, a clothing store with sexy clothing for men. And so that should be a lot of fun. And I will be producing a promotional video for them. And that'll be fun. But other than that, I am starting to look forward to a mellow week, a week in which I want to stay as close to home as possible. And whatever it is that you're planning for yourselves, I hope it's going to be fun. I hope it's going to be safe. And I hope you get to eat all kinds of wonderful, yummy treats. This is Coffee and Headlines for Monday. What a pleasure to get together with you. Between now and the next time we get together, stay happy, stay kind, stay cool, wear a lovely hat, and be the best person you can be. And I suppose that's it. Drink lots of coffee, and I'll see you again soon. Ciao.